Welcome, my dolls. This is once again your hostess, Ambrosine, here to share another story with you. I interviewed a police officer for this next true story in order to protect his identity as he serves and protects those around him. I will refer to him as Officer Smiles. Oh, and Officer Smiles, in case you're watching this, thank you for your permission to upload it. Now, shall we begin? It was quite some time ago, back when I was in my patrol phase of my career. We had received a call one night when my partner and I was on patrol. But tonight, I had a very odd feeling in the air. Something just didn't feel right. The 911 operator received the call. It was from a guy, and we knew exactly who this man was. In fact, we'd been into several physical confrontations with this man before. He hated cops, and his behavior made that obvious. So, anyway, the first 911 call we received from him stated,
"If the cops didn't come here, there will be bloodshed."
we were told not to go and to wait a little bit longer. About 20 minutes later, he calls again saying the same thing.
"Why aren't you here? If the cops don't come here, there will be bloodshed."
Our sergeant told us, no, let's wait a while longer. We waited in another 15 or 20 minutes. Then we received the third call.
"Why aren't you here yet? I told you, if you do not show, there will be bloodshed."
My partner and I eventually had to clear from the sergeant, and we headed out to the call location to investigate. It is there. The body of the man sat on the porch with a rifle. It was very apparent that he had committed suicide. It was one of the worst bloodshed scenes that I have seen in a long time. The guy had literally stuck the gun to his mouth and pulled the trigger, killing himself instantly. After checking the man's pockets and around him, my partner and I discovered he carried more rounds, and we were glad that our sergeant stopped us from going out on that call earlier. We were sure there was going to be a shootout. He might have just saved all of our lives that night. I strongly believe that if we would have answered that call earlier, we both would have been walking into an ambush and might not have survived. You know, you guys are so nice, I'm deciding to say it twice. This next story is called Killer Duplex Neighbor. This incident is tough for me to talk about. I'm a 27-year-old male, and I was living in New Hampshire at the time, in an extremely safe town. I lived alone with my dog Toby during this time, and worked 6 to 3 p.m. Sharing a duplex was new to me and quite different, especially when your neighbors were very odd. It was a lady in her 60s and a younger man in his 30s. I believe they were mother and son because they wouldn't speak to me. I had no clue. I tried making some small talk, but neither of them said a word. The mother looked beat down with gray hair, and she wore the same blue nightgown every time I saw her. I would see the son smoking outside, wearing the same wife beater since I moved in 7 months prior. It was a summer night in July, around 11 p.m., and I let Toby out into the backyard. Now, mind you, I share a backyard with these creeps. Toby was running around, and I heard the neighbor's door slide open. I saw the younger man in his wife beater walk out into the deck and gave me the death glare. My heart dropped, and I began feeling extreme anxiety. I saw him reach into his pocket and pull out a gun. He pointed it at Toby and fired 4 times. I screamed louder than I ever have in my life. The man ran inside and closed his door. I began sprinting towards Toby, but he fled off into the woods. I immediately called 911 and told them what happened. The police arrived in 5 minutes and surrounded our duplex. They placed me in the police car and asked me to recount what happened. My tall Toby never barked and was the most behaved puppy. He had no excuse to shoot him. Cops were outside about 15 minutes until they heard 3 shots. They rushed inside and they found the mother and son deceased, both by bullet wounds. Come to find out later, the son had shot his mother twice and committed suicide with a single shot to the head. Later that night, Toby came back and was shot in his back leg. A couple of surgeries later, he came back brand new. This was the most horrific thing I have ever witnessed. Thank you all for watching my videos. For those of you that are supporting the channel right now, I'm really doing these stories for you guys. Because Ambrosine would be nothing without her gorgeous little dolls. If you would like to stay updated for when I post new material, please feel free to subscribe. Oh, when I hit 100 subscribers, I will make sure that I'm posting every week. And instead of 1 story, I'll start doing 2, like I did tonight. You guys are all great, and thank you for making this really fun. Don't forget, bring your dolls. We're going to have a little fun in my dollhouse.